I always like every movie I see. It's difficult for me to hate a movie because I literally like everything I see. But Turning Red has been my worst enemy since always. Turning Red is a 2022 Disney movie, and it was all over my YouTube homepage and shorts in that same year. I watched some clips of the movie and thought, whoa, this movie is trash. Maybe at the time I just hated it because it was genuinely overrated. I mean, everyone was spamming it, so I think I found that annoying. But years passed, and even when the hype for the movie vanished, people still loved this movie, and I still hated it. Then, in 2024, I thought, okay, every person I see on the internet talking about Turning Red says that it's a beautiful movie. And so far, I've never seen someone saying that it's trash. But I can't stand Turning Red, and I think that is a horrible movie, so maybe I am the problem. After all, why judge a book by its cover? Who am I to judge when I unironically like Baby Boss? I actually enjoyed Kung Fu Panda 4, and I think the Mario Galaxy movie is absolute cinema, so I decided to give Turning Red a try. I wasn't even half movie that I had to turn my phone off because Turning Red was fucking pissing me off. Oh my God, I remember the anger, the cringe I felt watching that shit of a movie. Fuck you, Disney. I never liked you. All my doubts were confirmed. Turning Red is the worst movie ever made. But now, it's the year 2026, and I decided to give it a second try. Because maybe it's not a dog shit movie like I've always thought, and this time, I'm going to watch it until the very end. I've watched it. I saw the end of the movie. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe the me from the past was just exaggerating. Nah, just kidding. The movie sucked. I hated every character. They were all annoying, and most of them were even useless and without a real personality. If you remove those characters from the story, nothing would have changed. The only character that maybe I liked was that dude named Tyler. I liked him because he annoyed the main character and her friends. So sad, they had to ruin him at the end when he was spotted and the concert of Four Town. I think they were called like that. For me, it's a movie that's easily forgettable, honestly. I think that at some point, the story takes a whole another turn and forgets about some things it showed us at the start. Let me explain. So, remember when at the start of the movie May, she was called like that, right? Draws some suggestive drawings of that employee, the mother finds them and shows them to him? Okay, well, what was the point of all that if then nobody ever talks about it ever again in the movie? Did it matter to the plot? No, I think it was just a filler scene, you know? Okay. I'll try to be open-minded. Did it matter to show us that May was becoming a teenager and so, you know, hormones? Talking about teenagers and hormones, this movie is not for kids, even if it tries to be. Why would kids care about periods? Is it to warn the little girls about what they're going to face when they grow up? They're kids. Let them live their childhood in peace. And then the movie forgets about this concept entirely because, oh, you know, the red panda problem. Which, I mean, yes, of course, it was the main point of the movie, but then why show us things that are never going to be talked about again? I assume they were just filler scenes to make the movie's length an hour and a half. Also, you're telling me that when a girl starts bleeding from her, you know, then she becomes a red panda? Weird, but okay. Then, my biggest issue with the movie after I watched it all is the annoying amount of stereotypes. Stereotypes about Asian people, with strict parents and their kids, having all good grades, being good at math. The 2000s era stereotype where all the kids have a Tamagotchi, they make presentations to convince their parents to buy something, they have a favorite band and are mad in love with it. The typical school bully that plays basketball, is popular, has rich parents. Those are all stereotypes, aren't they? Also, I think this movie was made for furry or Therian kids. I have nothing against furries, honestly. Therians. However, anyway, this movie was pretty cringe. It feels like it was written by a 6th grade girl that tries to be alternative, labels herself as weird, and says she was born in the wrong generation. Also, let's talk about May's friend group. In my opinion, the only friend that actually had a purpose to the plot was Miriam. We could even remove the other 2 friends from the movie because anything would have changed anyway. I don't think I've ever hated a movie so much in my entire life. I mean, there are movies I just don't like, but I don't hate them, and I don't feel pure rage towards them for just existing. Turning Red is special, I guess. End of the story. What's your opinion on Turning Red? Do you love it and think I'm just exaggerating, or do you hate like I do? Or maybe you're just a normal person who goes out and has a social life. See you next time.